Good afternoon, everybody. I want to first welcome everybody to the County Executive's Office. This is a very special occasion. We do have representatives from the Sweet Magazine here today who wanted to come and make a special presentation to the Curry family as well as to the County Executive. As you can see, and some of you have probably already seen already, their special commemorative issue commemorating Wayne Curry, and they want to make sure that they come today and do something special for the family and the county executive. My name is Barry Hudson. I'm the communications manager for County Executive Rushern Baker. I'm going to turn the program over to Raul Dennis, who is the editor, founder, and publisher. Is that all right? Close enough? Of the Sweet Magazine. And first want to thank him for coming up here today for this special presentation. But please give him a round of applause for Raul Dennis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Thank the Creator for this day and our opportunity to enjoy it. I am Raul Dennis. I'm the publisher of Prince George's Sweet Magazine. And Barry, I was kind of kidding with him. He says, Raul, you got to come up here. I said, no, man, I'm used to being back there. This is what I do this thing from back there. I'm not used to being up front. So forgive me if I chatter a bit. But I do want to say one little bit before we move forward in terms of the vision and why we wanted to produce an edition that honored this great man. Well, first of all, before I knew Wayne Curry or knew of him, he was the inspiration for us in a great way in launching the magazine. Because of the work that Wayne Curry and the Curry administration laid forth, it made it obvious that this area, this county, deserved and could maintain a publication that would give spotlight to its best and brightest. And so when he passed, it was impossible for us to go forward and not acknowledge Wayne Curry. Now, if you're going to acknowledge someone like Wayne Curry, you can't do that in a small way. Everybody else in this room knows you don't do anything around Wayne Curry in a small way. So we knew that it had to be a big edition. It had to be a special edition. He had to grace the cover, and we had to put this together in a way that was like nothing we had done before. So I am humbled to say that we got partners who came to our aid and our support in making this possible. Thank you, Mr. County Executive. Thank you, Rushern Baker, for being one of those partners. Thank you, Mel Franklin, for being understanding, supportive, and key to this. I have to acknowledge Betty Hewlett, I must say Betty this one time, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. I have to say this because Mr. Curry's greatest impact and greatest work predates when the magazine launched. The magazine launched in 2005. So that makes this our 10th anniversary, and we're very proud of that. But because of his work having taken place so much before we launched, it was imperative that we connect with a partner that had understanding and a relationship with him and understood his impact and had the ability to share that. And who better than Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission? The images, the video, the audio, the materials, and then Betty Hewlett, who had such a tremendous relationship with him personally in terms of having been part of the Basement Five, right, Howard? That helped to launch this man's and catapult him into the office of county executive, making him the first African-American county executive in Prince George's County. I think that deserves it. So Betty, thank you. So the images that you see displayed throughout the edition are in a part of a partnership. And that partnership will continue as we develop this multimedia showcase around Mr. Curry and the work that he has laid forth that has brought us to what is modern Prince George's today. So the video, the materials that you'll see in the magazine, and those things will all be part of a major campaign that I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping that you will all join us in enjoying. I don't want to take up too much more time, but there are a couple of other people that I really must acknowledge. I must acknowledge Glenda Wilson and her sister Juanita Moore, who may or may not be in the room, but that's just it with the two of them. They may not be in the room, they may not be in front of you, but they may, okay, there we go. These are folk who make things happen in a way, and I think the county executive will back me up on this, that make things happen. You cannot walk from here to across the street without some of the kind of work that they do, and we are indebted to you for making this possible. A lot of things can be said in thanking people like Howard Stone who worked behind the scenes to make us get this done right. But here's the thing that's most exciting to me, and then I'll step away. This is one of the few times that a number of county institutions, from the Economic Development Corporation to Park and Planning, to the county exec's office, to the county council, we all came together under one tent, under one umbrella, under one accord, and we all moved downfield together in a celebration effort. That wasn't just something that was going to be one night affair, because we all get something on a program for that night at a dinner. But this was more than that. This is history. This is one of the most transformative leaders in Maryland history. He will be inducted into the Maryland Chamber of Commerce Hall of Fame in what, 3 weeks from now. So this is history. And for all of us to have a voice and a position in that is extraordinary. And I'm very, very pleased and proud to be a part of it, because when our children and our grandchildren see what has come forth, I think it'll be wonderful for us to all have said, I was there and I was involved, I was active. So that's said.
I happened to be up here and didn't think I was going to be able to make it at first. So I'm glad to be with the Curry family. You know, it's we all miss Wayne. You know, on an almost daily basis, we recount all of the words of wisdom. Let me tell you, and there were many. I think recently I'm thinking more about don't play small ball. I'm thinking about that one. I'm thinking about not majoring in minors. I'm thinking about that a lot these days. Wayne has so many of them. So it's so great that what Prince George's Suite is doing. Raul, you all doing an incredible job, and I'm glad this is just a great honor for a truly great man. We could never do enough because of all that he gave to Prince George's County. You know, when I was growing up, you know, I'm not originally from Prince George's County. But when I was growing up, I read about Prince George's County as a country boy in South Carolina. And all of what I read about Prince George's County, even throughout the 90s, brought me here. So in many ways, Wayne Curry brought me to Prince George's County. And, you know, I like to talk about bringing the world to the county. Well, that's how I got here. And much of the transformation that he worked with so many of you in this room to do in his time as county executive is a great part of why I'm here. So I'm glad to support the Prince George's Suite. We look forward to the induction of the Maryland Chamber of Commerce, and we want to continue to keep the legacy alive. So thank you so much, and I look forward to Raul working with you closely to make this an even greater suite magazine. I want to actually make sure we get this out there to the community. I've gotten a chance to read it and see it, so hopefully we can really spread the message about all of the great things that Wayne has done to all of our residents. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening.
I'm humbled. I'm truly humbled. The Creator is very good to us. So in bringing those tents together that I was talking about a minute ago, someone has to reach out to each one of those doors, each one of those tents, and bring those great leaders who have a number of schedules, who have a number of people in between the door and their office door that you've got to kind of navigate through. A lot of different personalities. And let me tell you something, you don't get this kind of thing done and working with all the personalities and the schedules without someone like a Margaret Baltimore. Could you stand up, please? You're wearing red, girl. You got to wear. Thank you so much for making this possible and bringing all of us together under one umbrella. I think we all see our special guest who's going to give us a presentation, and I think he might be ready. He's certainly already stolen the show. Good.
Can we get a chair?
Let's get a chair.
Need a
We can stand behind. We'll stand. You want to use the mic and do your...
We'll
Stand.
stand.
Spot check.
It's a good look. It's a good look. Make sure you hold it.
I am Wayne K. Corey. I was the first African American county executive in Prince George's County, Maryland. I was a well-known attorney. I was one of the key players in bringing the FedEx Field and National Harbor to Maryland. My favorite quote, "It's hard, but it's fair."
I think we need to encourage that type of leadership. Give me one more time. One more time. I think he's 6 going on 40. He's ready. We would like to make a special presentation to the Curry family. We can't thank you enough, and at the same time, we respect your loss. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the sacrifices you must have made over the years for this gentleman, for this great man, to do the work he did. It took him away from home, and I'm sure that he was missed. So with this small token of gratitude, we'll proceed forward. Let me get it right. Mrs. Curry, thank you so very much. It's an honor, it's a privilege, calling us anytime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One for everybody? Oh, okay.
Okay, so, all right.
Yeah.
Mike, you want to come around?
Yeah, I'm going to let him get his shot now.
Okay.
Done? That's fine.
You guys can hold those spots for 1 second. I'm going to come around and do a something.
All right. Do you want to see this?
Yep.
Okay, good.
All right, everyone, we're going to go on 3 here. 1, 2, and...
Thank you. All right.
Oh, you want I'm my baby brother. Okay. My other baby brother.
Maybe this ladder to the ladder. There, I'm good at that one.
Hold those spots for me, guys, please. One more time, please. We're going on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, guys.
Did I say I'm not used to this?
You're doing a perfect job. You got the picture right. That's the main thing.
Right.
Not upside down.
Great job.
It's a great shot of it. Yes, please. We have any? Great. I know that we're going to get a picture of everybody, so the Curry family. You know, why don't I do this? I know in the past, Sheila, with your permission, we've asked Earl to come and say something on behalf of the family. Good to see you here, Kevin and everyone. But I think it would be appropriate, and you could probably get through it better than I can. Could you come on up to Earl Curry and say a few words for us?
Good afternoon, everyone. As you probably realize, I have a tendency sometimes to get a little foolish, but I'm going to try to keep it under control.
Be you.
Raul and I actually spoke about a project that he had conceived the day that Wayne was laying in state downstairs. And he was roughing out the idea. We talked. He interviewed me. Sweet interviewed me, and over the period of time following that, we had so many events where people were trying to honor Wayne that, frankly, I was starting to overdose on it just a little bit, because every time you went somewhere, to the people you were talking to, it was fresh. And of course, to me, it was being renewed every time we got together. So at the point where the magazine was coming together, Howard talked to me, Betty spoke to me, and I really said, and of course Sheila and I had spoken, and I said, I'm going to trust Howard to make decisions about the composition of the magazine and how the direction of the magazine, because I really felt taxed to keep getting into the issues. And frankly, Betty and Howard knew the people that were involved in sponsoring the magazine much better than I did, and their relationships with Wayne. And I just want to tell you, because I have seen the magazine, you two guys did. You guys did a great job, and I think he would be very pleased.
To Sheila and Daryl and Kevin and the Curry family, thank you for once again allowing us to honor the best of Prince George's County in honoring Wayne. You know, it's very hard. I think Mel was right. We give Wayne Curry stories every day, especially in times like this. I miss him because he normally would ask me, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, you wouldn't say hell.
He wouldn't say that. But you know, he wouldn't even keep it PG, but he definitely would tell me, "Baker, you're messing up our legacy." I just loved it because it was really all about him. And it was, but no one cared more about this county, this state, than Wayne did. And no one cared about me personally and what I was going through than Wayne. And so the persona that people saw a lot of times was not, and those of you who were his friends and whose lives he touched, you couldn't have a better friend. You couldn't have a better person to care about you deeply and passionately. You know, I once teased him and I said, people always get on me and they say, because I smile a lot, and they're like, he's really nice. I'm really not. But I teased, he told Wayne one time, because he was worrying me to death about me. And I said, you know what? See, people don't realize you have a real problem. And it is you love deeply and passionately. And when you do that, you can't help but worry and think about people, and you can't let them go, and you can't let them make mistakes, and you got to be there even when they're making them. And that's what I miss most. Even when I'm about to make what he thinks is the greatest mistake ever, he'd be mad, but he'd be standing right there beside me, right in back of me. And he wouldn't let anybody bother me or pick on me. He loved deeply. And that's the greatest legacy you could have. That's why we honor him. It's not that he was the first African-American county executive. There have been plenty of African-American firsts. It's not because he helped build National Harbor or a stadium. People can do that all the time. The reason people honor him is because he loved so deeply about every single person in this county and this state, and he wanted people to know why he loved so deeply. And that's what we honor. So thank you for being here this afternoon. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about at the conclusion of our gathering this afternoon, but I have to tell you that it has been an extraordinary honor to serve in this way and to bring our talents to bear in this particular light. I would at least want to ask you to indulge me as I ask the members of the team, the staff, as you might call, I call them my team, my family, to please indulge me as I ask them to stand and at least take a bow, because those late nights were not done by me alone. Please. Bob Bernstein, Maria Lopez Bernstein, Amir. And as much as we are so proud to be here after 10 years, it is just the beginning. We are looking forward to developing the Destinations project that we have dreamed of for so long, and we are hopeful and prayerful that you will all continue along with this journey, as I'm certain that our leadership would want us to do. Thank you so very much for coming out, and we have copies of the magazines for everyone here. Please enjoy.
We also have a really nice commemorative cake over there that is actually the cover of the magazine. So before we cut it, I really want everybody to take a look at it. So,
And if we can get, Mike, if we can get...
yeah, we're going to take some pictures.
Senator Broadwater's here. If we can give him a round of applause.
I think artists... So we'd like to take some pictures with the family and the county executive. You guys say one thing?
Senator Broadwater is here, and I just have to say this, that just from an artistic point of view, and most of us who are artists in the room will know this, there are certain signatures that we will do that sort of leave our little mark, and that one of those signatures, excuse me, I'm a little flustered. It is good to see you, Senator Broadwater. In having, and when you'll see the addition, you'll see that there was it was not by mistake that the county executive's voice and message with Mr. Curry comes on the page next to Mr. Broadwater. There is a symbol in that I hope that you get a chance to take a look at when you see the book. So I'm honored. It's almost like 3-4 generations of powerful men that I admire so much. So thank you very much. I hope you get a chance to take a look at it.
Yes. You want to get... come on up.
All are on your end. There. Oh, all are on your end. So we'll push it down.
I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly.
What, Betty? Is it okay down?
Was that Betty?
That was Betty.
That was the way Curry looked.
All right, Mr. Curry, let me get your arms crossed across your chest like that. There you go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. All right, thank you. That is encouraging. Shoulder. We're looking at this young man next, please. Right here, guys.
Barry, I'm not kidding you. Howard.
Your left shoulder forward.
Howard.
There we go, there we go. Just bring that left shoulder forward. Senator, press back forward. this channel comes out, there's going to be a new one. So this is from AT&T. By that time, this will be done.
Here we go.
Because I've had this job about a year.
I feel like it's a wedding.
Team I.
Hold on, can you get people looking? Yeah, I said,
Whoa, wait a second.
Hold
on. Time out. Can everybody kind of come close so we can look at the camera as she's cutting?